Hey YouTube, what is up? JR Flores here with Geekified TV. I have an important announcement to make talking about Steven Johnson. You guys may know him as TechJohnson or Steven Ventures now on YouTube, and the reason why he decided to stop publishing technology-oriented videos, vlogs, and other things about on his Steven Johnson or TechJohnson channel. And a lot of people that are watching right now on stream with the app Stream with the Dot, hello once again. I can't see what you guys are typing, but I say hi to all of you, and if I don't necessarily respond, it's because I'm looking at the camera. But thank you for joining on Stream with the Dot, live video blogging and channel recording. But without further ado, let me get started on what I have to say. 3, 2, 1. Steven Johnson or TechJohnson was a great person I actually looked up to. He has one of the most influential and simple but effective videos on how he gets his point across, and I was really disappointed. I've been really busy these past couple weeks, so I think it was about this past week he decided to cancel and stop uploading on his TechJohnson or Steven Johnson YouTube channel. And I was really disappointed. I was trying to figure out why, and then as I continued watching, he talks about because of stagnant growth. And he hasn't overcame or grew as big as some other YouTube channels have been. And like myself, I've been having the same issue. You know, Geekified TV, I transitioned through a whole bunch of different things since 2009. I started YouTube in this. Around the same time Steven Johnson, I think, started earlier, you know, in the year 2006 or 2007, 2008 timeframe, I'm not exactly sure. But he had a YouTube channel back then and still does today. But it's funny because I used to look at his videos and I was like, I want to put that in my video, you know, how he describes or the type of format he has and some really creative things he had going on. But what else am I going to say? Let's simply put it at this. He had an image, and his image didn't fit what was going on because he was trying to treat his channel as a business, as all YouTubers are trying to do now, is to create growth and get an income on that to make it worthwhile to create videos, technology content, product reviews, and so on, depending on what the severity or what the type of content you're trying to create and cater to your audience. And his was a bit of confused because he had different audiences. You know, I followed him first because of technology. Then he started doing life things, which it necessarily wasn't my taste, but it didn't bother me because I thought it would help other people find him and look at his channel and create an audience. But he roughly had 6,000 subscribers, which is really a lot, but not necessarily a ton in YouTube land. But it's still a lot, you know. I only have on you guys who are watching on Geekified TV roughly around 600 to 700 subscribers, and it's a lot for me because who would have ever thought I would have even achieved 600 to 700? You know, YouTube wasn't necessarily for me, for you guys to watch. It was just for me to put my content and have it a place to save it, and I could find it anywhere I go. But then I realized people started watching my channel, and I was like, wow, that's really informative, really. So I started doing different things. I started a group reviewing channel called the Tech Reviewers. It was really great. Our first video, you guys may know him as Ryan Garrick or Dello304. He created these videos and as well as a few others. And I created a few videos such as product reviews. The first one that actually had over 10,000, I believe it's like 60,000 views now, is the Dell Logitech speakers, and that just blew up. And I was really surprised. I think he was surprised too. And then we're like, wow, we actually have an audience to someone to watch. And then from there, we started different things, and then I got to the point where the channel just completely stopped because communication barriers and a few other suppliers that we had to promote the products, such as Budget Gadgets at the time ceased operations because of Chinese commerce and some other thing that I don't know with. I guess they were doing fake products and whatnot, and so that like ended the whole content creation on their end on Budget Gadgets Bella. But without further ado saying, there was a lot of growth. But then when I switched over to my main channel, OneBook XL3, and the name OneBook XL3 is a laptop that I actually owned. It was my first laptop by OneBook Corporation. Now it's somewhat defunct. They're now launching newer products, but they've been stagnant and not producing any content or any products for the past 10 years, and now kicking up again in the laptop and desktop and tablet space. But I started there, and I just started uploading little pieces here and there, and then I uploaded a few of them on speakers, and then Wi-Fi devices, camcorders, computer reviews, older computers, and some newer computers as well. And then I started getting an audience, and I was like, wow, I'm really surprised. And I was like, you know, maybe I can voice my opinions and thoughts onto the YouTube land. And then that's when I started creating a brand called I can't remember the exact name, but it was it was before Geekified TV. I think it was just OneBook XL3. I've been using that whole branding scheme, or somewhat of a branding, back a couple of years ago. And then I was like, you know, I need to transition into something else where I can have a brand name that people can look up to instead of referring to my name all the time, you know, because I wanted other people to collaborate on Geekified TV. And then I created Geekified TV. And then that's where I am today. You know, I did some videos on Freedom Pop that went viral. A few others, such as Time Warner Cable, Samsung, Phone, iPhone, and a few other videos. And that's what really started bringing in the viewers and subscribers, is from Freedom Pop videos. And I wanted to get into that more, but then I was really busy. A whole bunch of things been going on, you know, and family issues, or just business trips here and there, going trade shows and a whole bunch of other things. But back to what I was saying, is that I was really surprised that I was getting viewers and subscribers. You know, it was really hard for me to really interact with people, and that's what I was trying to find out. How can I interact with my viewerships? And so comes along a good YouTube person, and a very thoughtful and open-minded person who has very opinionated in a lot of things. It's really good, and he is known as TK. He had his own. He still has his YouTube channel. It is called Total Tech right now, Total Tech Media, and it was before it was TK Tech News, but in transition to Total Tech over the past couple years. And he's what really helped me start getting products up and running again, such as one of the videos was an MPJ battery that I got to review for the LG G3, and a few other cases that I have right now that I'm going to give away, and a whole bunch of other things. But I needed to create partnerships in order to gain attention, and not necessarily gain attention, but to get more things, because I was very limited on what I could do on my channel. But back to what I was saying, TechJohnson, he was a person that I looked up to in product content creation. I was really saddened about the fact that he's no longer going to create YouTube videos and or technology-oriented videos and other things, because he feels that his channel is stagnant. And he has done a lot of things, you know, creating websites, and gone through a whole blown through of things, such as changing his name from TechJohnson to the Steven Johnson, and from there to Media Infiltration, and a whole bunch of other names and brands, but it necessarily didn't work for him. And I think the reason why is because he needed to fully understand his viewers and what they wanted, and the power of social media, you know. And that's one thing I've been trying to learn at, and harnessing your viewerships and creating a platform or a type of content that's different. And he was doing that, but I just necessarily not say as effective as it should have been across. I think of having a business plan is what he was saying. He was trying to treat it like a business would help open minds more. If he had a business plan, you know, and what his agenda was, and what his goal was by his overall strategy, and what the products and promotion, or how he was going to go about that, would really help. I don't know if he did that or not, but that's one thing I could have, you know, helped with. And with a few other things, you know, there was so much potential his brand had, and it could have been another Techno Buffalo or Pocket Now brand, and a bunch more, you know. So I was really sad, and he had those numbers. It's just that he was saying that his audience was mixed up, and he wanted to start fresh. And I totally agree with that. But for him, he thought it was best idea, which I honestly don't have a say, but you know, I reserve my judgment or opinions, or however you put that. but he thought in his best interest was to just completely start fresh and go away from the TechJohnson brand and start Steven Ventures. And it's more of a family-oriented thing, and every once in a while he said he's going to put a technology video, but not necessarily his main focus, because he couldn't really grasp that. But I hope he can change his mind, hopefully, and understand that the impact he has had on many people, not just me, but upon hundreds and hundreds of people, he had an impact. And I think that's what he lost, in sense of not knowing how important he was on the YouTube line. A lot of people think it's just a YouTube channel and nothing much more, and that's it, just a video where you throw stuff up and nothing else. But it's not really that. It's more of a family, a community that you build up. And I grew up in the YouTube land, per se, to create friends and find online friends, not just online friends, but friends that actually I'm friends with now. And it's so crazy on how YouTube did that. And I never really got to go be as close as I would be for some other friends like that I know on YouTube. But Steven Johnson, he had talent, and his gifted talent was to voice his opinions on the internet, and by doing that through technology or vlogging and a whole bunch of other things to get his message across. But unfortunately, he has stopped, and I wish he can change his mind overall. And I know I'm going in circles right now, but the last thing I would want for him is to go, because one of the first videos I actually started watching on YouTube in technology was actually him, and it was about, I believe it was like some type of Hackintosh laptop, per se. It was a Dell laptop that he converted it to a desktop or something like that. And I was like, dang, that's really neat, because I've done that with my computers, with my Winbook J1, and converted it to like a desktop style machine. And I was like, wow, who would have thought of that? That's really neat. I want to do that myself. So I did that. So it was like those small things is what linked into my life. And his personality was very different. He had more of a relaxed but upfront personality. So it was really unique. And if he would have just gone in a different way, strategy, like, if he watches this video, Steven, I am here for you, want to do the best and whatever is best for you and how it is for your family as well. But I really want to contact you in the sense of how we can get things working, partnerships, or creating something that's unified between both of us, and we can do something together, in the YouTube land or whatnot. But he has a lot of potential and very amounts of ideas, and then needs to know that his voice is heard. And he might right now be hurting in a sense of not understanding his YouTube audience or his audience in general, and how many people he has impacted. I know some people were like, have you heard of this person, Steven Johnson, before? And if you should, you subscribe to him, because he's like one of the true generic brands on YouTube, not necessarily promoting an advertisement every single time in his video. More advertisement just to make more money than in a sense to really have an audience and show what you really have. He had a lower sense of not necessarily having that, but having more true content. And I think if he would have gone a different way, like product promotion, branding, would have really impacted his channel and brand overall. And he has, that's all I have to say. What else is there to say? In upcoming things I could say, that's about it. But overall, yeah, that's it. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jared Flores. See you in my next video. Goodbye.